Hi everyone and welcome back to Gabriella's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make pollo parmigiana. This is basically pollo milanese, pan fried and topped with mozzarella, tomato sauce and cheese baked in the oven. So we're going to get straight to it. I'm going to show you first of all how we're going to open our chicken breast. The easiest way to do this for milanese is you're going to take a sharp knife, take your chicken breast on a flat surface and use your hand to help put down pressure and as a guide. You're going to take the knife and just run it through the centre of the chicken. And you're going to be left with two nice little chicken fillets like this. So whenever I'm batting my chicken out, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can use it with parchment paper like so. You can use 2 sheets of cling film, or if you want, you can just use a freezer bag and put the chicken inside. We just want something to protect our hammer from getting covered in raw chicken. We're still going to wash it afterwards anyway. So you don't need one of these to flatten the chicken out. A rolling pin will work fine. If you haven't got a rolling pin, a bottle of wine, bottle of vodka, bottle of gin. I'm sure we've all got that in the house somewhere. If you want to just batten the chicken out, you want to make sure you do it in a nice even layer with even pressure because we want the chicken to cook evenly. So don't go heavy on one part, make sure it's nice and equal all over. So flatten the chicken out and as you can just see, it's nice and thin and even. The reason why we do this, it makes our chicken cook a lot quicker and also it actually helps tenderize the meat, which just means the chicken's going to keep really moist and be really soft when we're cooking it and eating it. So we're ready to start panning our chicken, so that means flour, egg and breadcrumbs. I always like to really season up my stations because just this adds more depth of flavour when we're cooking it. So to the flour, really simple, salt and pepper. Now onto our egg. I'm going to add some fresh chopped parsley and garlic. So I've got 6 eggs here, just whisked, and I've got a couple of cloves of garlic chopped really small and a little handful of parsley. I'm going to add that in. To that we're going to add a nice little handful of Parmesan and a little bit of salt and fresh black pepper again. So first step is it's going to go into the flour. So whenever we're panning, we always need to keep one dry hand, one wet hand. This just means you're not going to have flour fingers at the end of it and they're really sticky and it's a nightmare to wash off. So I'm keeping my left hand for my flour, putting it into my egg, and I'm using my wet hand to coat it in the egg mixture, into the breadcrumbs, back to my dry hand. Ready to fry our chicken now. So whenever we're doing milanese, I always use a combination of butter and oil, equal parts of both. So a good glug of olive oil, about a tablespoon of butter. The reason why we use both is butter adds a great flavour, but if we did butter on its own it would burn because of the fat content. So by using something like olive oil, it helps control the temperature and also adds a great flavour. So like all the other stages of our chicken, we're going to add more flavour here as well. So we're going to add a clove of garlic, just use the palm of your hand and just crush it, just so we can sort of release some of the garlic aromas. And to that I'm going to add a sprig of fresh rosemary. Now we just want to melt this all together and heat it. We don't want this smoking hot, we don't want to put chicken into a cold pan, that's going to be soggy, we don't want to burn it, so we're looking for a medium high heat, okay? And you know it's ready when we drop a breadcrumb into the oil and it starts to sizzle. One other way to know when the oil is ready is you smell it. It smells amazing. The garlic and rosemary should start to come through. So we're ready to add our chicken. Again guys, remember we're dealing with hot oil here, so be really careful. Always put your chicken in and put it in away from you so you're not going to get any splashbacks. Don't overcrowd your pan. We're going to go in 2 at a time, it's more than enough. Got everything ready to go, so we can start to layer it up. We've got our chicken. Once we fried it, I just drained it on some kitchen rolls just to get rid of that excess oil. I've got some Sugo, that's a classic pasta sauce that you'll have seen me have done many times. I've got some mozzarella. You can use buffalo mozzarella grated, or I'm just using some cubed mozzarella and some Parmesan. And I've also got some fresh basil leaves, and I'm going to be using some Parma ham today. If you want, you can use regular ham, or you can leave the ham out altogether. So So now we're going to start to assemble this dish together. Chicken with all the pasta sauce, mozzarella, Parmesan. That's ready to go in a hot oven. We just want to really achieve a nice melted top. So about 10 to 15 minutes in a hot oven at 185 degrees. Chicken's just come out the oven. It's super hot and it smells amazing. You want to leave it in long enough for the chicken to get a nice colour with that cheese all melted. So I'm just going to serve this with a really simple mixed salad.